In this video, I'm going to be assembling the largest LEGO Star Wars Imperial army that I can in just 24 hours. I'll be assembling a slew of different sets, some fan favorite minifigures, and even the most expensive LEGO Star Wars set of all time. So if you're excited, leave a like, and without further ado, let's get right on into this video. I want to start this army off strong with one of the most underrated sets of all time, being the Imperial Assault Carrier from Star Wars Rebels. Released back in 2015, this set comes with 6 minifigures, however it looks like we have an imposter. This build has a great design and an overall really nice shape, equipped with a ton of different weapons as well as a bunch of TIE fighters at the bottom, and even an interior where all your minifigures can sit. But by far the best feature is the ability to deploy your TIE fighters, and this is going to be detrimental to the success of the Empire. And you even get 4 little mini TIE fighters in this set. Next, we need to beef up the army, so I've got 2 of the new battle packs, each containing 2 Death Troopers and 2 Night Troopers in each battle pack. They'll be a nice addition to the army. And while this was quite the controversial set, it definitely has some interesting minifigures and an even more interesting build. It kinda looks like the bus I rode on as a kid. And let's just say this is far from the best battle pack build. It's kinda like a big brick, but it can transport 4 minifigures, so I have to give it some props for that. And now the army is looking pretty formidable, but we still have a long way to go before we can squash the rebellion. So I've got 2 more battle packs, the first of which being the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder, as well as the Ambush on Mandalore battle pack. So now we can add this sweet dropship to the Imperial army, as well as 3 Stormtroopers and these really cool Imperial Super Commandos. But we also have this Rebel filth that we have to get rid of. Next, I want to add the Boarding the Tantive Force set, as this has Darth Vader as well as 2 Stormtroopers. But
this is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Now, to be honest, all I really need are these Stormtroopers, and I don't feel like building 2 Tantive 4s, so I'm just gonna pull the minifigures out of the bag and then put it all right back in. And now with Darth Vader and 4 more Imperial Stormtroopers, the army is becoming quite formidable, but now they need their capital ship. It's the most intimidating, it's the biggest, it's the baddest, it's the... Wait, I think I grabbed the wrong one. All jokes aside, it may be small, but it is definitely mighty and one of my favorite microfighters that LEGO has ever made. It has such a fun design and even a great minifigure. But now for the real thing, we have got the Imperial Star Destroyer, released in 2024 and hailed as one of the best sets from that year, and it's definitely deserving of that title. This set has 6 Imperials for us to add to our army, and overall the build is just immaculate. It's like a mini UCS set, with more than enough firepower to take down the Rebellion's navy. This set even has a full interior, and definitely deserves all of the hype that it has. But most importantly, Tarkin can now crush innocent groups of civilians. And now the Imperial army is looking good, but it definitely can't be considered complete until we add in the TIE Fighter, by far the most iconic vehicle from the entirety of the Imperial side of Star Wars. And I'm going to be adding this one from the Solo Star Wars movie because I think it is by far the best TIE Fighter that LEGO has ever made. Unfortunately, I'm missing some of the minifigures, but I still have the Mimban version of Han, which is such a great minifigure with this insanely detailed cape. And this TIE Fighter build is just phenomenal. It's just the epitome of what a TIE Fighter should be, and I wish that LEGO still made sets like this one. Next, I want to add a fan favorite character in Grand Admiral Thrawn, who only ever appeared in 2 sets, the Phantom as well as the Duan Peridia. He is such a cool character and a great minifigure, so let me know down below in the comments which version you prefer. The army is coming along amazingly, however we're lacking any form of ground vehicles, and that's where the AT-AT comes in. This is such an iconic vehicle, and we've had so many great sets from the UCS and the Playscale versions, but I went a little bit of a different route for this video. The Gingerbread AT-AT released on October 1st, and I have to say it's one of my favorite sets of 2025. It has such a fun design with all of the icing and candy details, and even having these string lace on either side, and this amazing gingerbread Darth Vader minifigure. And even a more spacious interior than the turbo tank. Staying on the topic of ground vehicles, I want to add in the Imperial Hover Tank, one of my all-time favorite Imperial sets based off of Rogue One. This thing has such a cool design, and I love the shaping, and it's equipped with some big guns and even a lot of storage in the back to get around all of our cargo, and can even double as a transport if needed. Changing up the tempo a bit, we have the Inquisitor Scythe based off of the Kenobi TV series, and she may be a bit dusty, but she'll get the job done. This set comes with the Grand Inquisitor as well as 2 other Inquisitors, so we can go and hunt down all of the pesky Jedis who survived Order 66. The Empire is nothing without its Emperor to lead it, so I've got the Final Duel diorama. I love this set, and I'm so sad that the dioramas had to go, just like this Luke minifigure has to go and get away from our Imperial army. Our army's coming along well, but we're definitely lacking diversity in the stormtrooper department, and that's why I've got the Maz Esli Cantina, for the sole purpose of getting this really cool sands trooper who has a cloth pauldron, a huge backpack, and a ton of sand all over him. And we also have the Imperial Assault Tank, which is a very fun set with a great build, but more importantly comes with the Imperial Mortar Trooper, who has a sick yellow design with all of these different detailings, and we also get the normal stormtrooper to come alongside him to the Imperial Army. Next, I have some minifigures that I purchased over from Whatnot, the sponsor of this video. Whatnot is a live auction app where you can buy pretty much anything. And I'll be going live on Wednesday, October 16th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to sell a ton of LEGO Star Wars minifigures starting off at just $1, as well as give away some LEGO Star Wars minifigures and sets. If you sign up using the link in the description, you'll get $15 off of your first purchase. That's like a free minifigure. And it also helps me out a ton. I hope to see you guys at the stream. But let's take a look at the minifigures that I got off of Whatnot. First, I've got some ISB officers, some OG TIE pilots, Chancellor Palpatine with an ugly sweater, a Star Wars Rebels stormtrooper as well as Agent Callus, an Imperial security droid, and the coolest of all is this promotional stormtrooper from 2002 who has LEGO printing on the back. Next, I have this massive LEGO Star Wars minifigure lot that I got off of eBay. This lot came with a huge variety of different Imperials, from officers, Chancellor Palpatine, TIE pilots, as well as some snowtroopers and scout troopers. And now as we approach the final hours of this challenge, the army is looking amazing with some great diversity, but something is missing. The UCS Death Star, the most expensive LEGO Star Wars set ever that I traded up to from a penny. With over 9,000 pieces and over 36 minifigures, this set, while being very controversial, is definitely an amazing set to add to the Imperial Army. And this thing is massive. It's so much bigger in person than what you see based on the box. It is such a fun set. This set is riddled with details. Starting off down in the hangar bay, Emperor Palpatine arrives with his royal guards alongside the Imperial dignitary. Director Krennic makes an appearance in the hallway, and above that you have the detention block, where Han and Luke can make their escape and fall into the trash compactor beneath them, and escape from the walls that are closing in on them. You have this super laser equipped to take down anything that stands in the way of the Empire, even if that thing happens to be Alderaan, and many control rooms filled with computers, and even Darth Vader's secret hideout where he can talk to his best friend on the TV, and even has a sneaky little picture of Padme. We also have the conference room full of officers, a small Imperial shuttle that could very well be a set of its own, but the best feature lays all the way at the top of the Death Star, hidden behind a closed door, where after removing one of the panels, you can reveal the hot tub. And now our stormtroopers can get squeaky clean. This set also hosts an amazing assortment of different minifigures, fan favorites like Director Krennic, Galen Erso, and of course the hot tub stormtrooper, but none of them compare to the goated mouse droid. Now, buying this set on day one also gets you the most controversial LEGO gift with purchase ever, being the TIE Fighter with hanger rack. It comes with 2 stormtroopers as well as a TIE pilot. It has a nice cart that can be driven around the interior of the Death Star, as well as having a not so nice TIE Fighter. It really just looks like a 4+ set. Come on LEGO, you could have done better than this. But my favorite part has to be this nice rack, where you can dock your TIE Fighter into the Death Star. And while the TIE Fighter is definitely lackluster, it still is a fun gift with purchase. And now it's time to assemble our final army, bringing in all of the different minifigures and ships and vehicles that we got throughout this challenge, and one last final touch being my sig fig. And just like that, the Imperial Army is complete. I'm very proud of what we were able to accomplish. I went for not a ton of minifigures, but a good diversity of different ships and vehicles, and the crown jewel being the UCS Death Star. But there's a lot of really fun things in this army, so let me know down below in the comments what your favorite was, and I'll strike a deal with you. If this video gets 1,500 likes, I will attempt to build the largest droid army on YouTube. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to claim your $15 in credit for Whatnot down below in the description, and I hope to see you guys at my Whatnot show on Wednesday. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew signing out. YouTube thinks you're really gonna like this video, so if I were you, I would click on it.